How South Korean group BTS became the world's biggest boy band. In February 1964, an English boy band called the Beatles made its Beatlemania. The intense fan frenzy directed towards the Fab Foursome was gripping America, and the group's performance at the Ed Sullivan Theatre was punctuated by fervent screaming from the studio audience. In May 2019, over 55 years later, another played the same theater. The visual similarities were striking and intentional. The Korean newcomers sported the same style of slim-fit suits and floppy bowl cuts, emblazoned their name on their drum kit in the same font used by the Liverpudlian HITM makers, and even made their broadcast in black and white. But this wasn't the Beatles. It was BTS. In April, BTS became only the third group in 50 years to have 3 #1 albums on the Billboard 200 charts in less than 12 months, joining the ranks of the Beatles and the Monkees. The next month, like the Beatles, BTS had traveled from another continent to perform for their enormous American fan base. But that the South Korea 6 years ago, when BTS released their music video debut in June 2013, it wasn't obvious that they would be K-pop's breakout success story in America. The group, comprised of Kim Taehyung, better known as V, Young Ho Sok J-Hope, Kim Namjoon RM, Kim Sok Jin, Park Ji-min, Jian Young-kook, and Min Yoon-ji Suga, presented itself as rebellious bad. South Koreans, however, weren't blown away. The single debuted. At the time, boy bands EXO, Big Bang, and SHINA dominated the K-pop charts. And while those groups, but BTS, who were then all aged between 15 and 20, had something else that set them apart. They had been developed by startup label Big Hit Entertainment, not one of the big 3 record companies, Small Entertainment, JYP Entertainment, and YG Entertainment, which formed in the late 1990s, when K-pop was starting to take off. To dominate South Korea's ultra-competitive K-pop industry, those labels had established intense pop factories that found and developed talent to form money-making groups. The labels auditioned thousands of idol hopefuls a year, often aged between 10 and 14, who would become trainees at so-called K-pop farms and take part in a grueling, full-time program in dance, singing and even makeup. Eventually, like other idol groups, BTS were manufactured. But its upstart from the start, Big Hit Entertainment faced a challenge. Lacking the industry connections and big money of the industry giants, the label relied heavily on social media to promote the group. BTS were one of the first K-pop groups on Twitter, says Michelle Cho, a professor of East Asian Studies at University of Toronto. The band also, in one clip, singer Jungkook makes instant ramen in a modest kitchen. Using tongs, the internet is full of these kinds of mundane BTS moments, the members cuddling as they snooze, eating meals, sitting in taxis and pulling pranks on each other. They take a variety. The videos build up seemingly authentic characters for the members. V is the quirky one, Jimin the flirty one, Jungkook the supernaturally talented youngest member. J-Hope is high there. Of course, it's easy to be cynical about the authenticity of the image they present online. BTS are they. And with the Korean market lukewarm on BTS, that army helped the band break America. BTS looked abroad early. In 2014, BTS toured again in the US and in 2017, now sporting their trademark colorful hairstyles, they went back for their biggest year yet stateside, becoming the first K-pop act to win a Billboard Music Award and make the top 10 of the Billboard 200 charts. In November 2, they weren't the first K-pop group to try to break the overseas market. YG Entertainment, but the personal connection with their fan base established through their social media presence gave them a huge advantage, says Cho. The BTS aren't. Most of BTS's Twitter posts aren't in English, but today the group has over followers on the platform, more than or UK hitmaker. Individual BT. In 2017, as their fame rose stateside, they landed appearances on end. Cho believes it was the group's large social media following that got the US TV shows interested. BTS aren't just savvy at social media to their fans, they are trailblazers within the K-pop genre. While K-pop hits are mostly not written by the band members, many BTS songs have one of the members credited as a writer or producer, particularly J-Hope and former underground rappers Suga and RM. But more important, in 2014's, BTS hit out at young people who are using their parents' money to buy expensive things. In 2015, BTS's works also often reference literature or philosophy. Their latest album, as new fans tuned into BTS, they found a group with elaborate music videos and experimental fashion that sometimes bordered on feminine, at least to Western eyes. Both on and off stage. To some, BTS' success is a sign that the global popularity of South Korean entertainment isn't just coming, it's crashing upon US shores. In April, Korean foursome Blackpink became the first female K-pop group to play on Billboard's social, but the effects of BTS's breakout success might be broader. Some of David Kim Cho says BTS's aesthetic, which is a representation of East Asian masculinity, is helping to change what mainstream viewers think about the possibility of gender presentation and what Asian bodies represent. Suk-Young Kim, director for the Center for Performance Studies at the University of California, Los Angeles UCLA, thinks BTS are doing a lot for Asian males, who haven't always been presented well in US media. But she cautions against seeing BTS as a game changer for K-pop overall. BTS. Some fans feel the same way, pointing to how BTS were never especially popular in South Korea, and instead had to rely on the online fandom to break into foreign markets. Kim believes the next BTS isn't coming anytime soon. Currently, they
raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.